Xhorse versus Yanhua ACDP CAS3 Adapter. Which one is safer for reading BMW CAS3? Welcome back to the channel, your ultimate pit stop for everything related to car diagnostics, ECU programming, and smart key solutions. I've got a hot question for you right out the gate. Is it truly safe to read a BMW CAS3 module using a solderless adapter? And if so, which one does the job better? Xhorse CAS3 Adapter or Yanhua's ACDP? If you've got experience with either, or maybe even a surprise tip no one talks about, drop in the comments now. I'm dying to hear your take. Before we dive into today's showdown between two of the most popular CAS3 adapters, let me quickly ask you for a favor. Most of you watch our videos, get all the valuable insights, but forget to hit that subscribe button. It's quick, easy, and helps more than you know. If you're a returning viewer, thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you're new here, welcome. Smash that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join our growing crew of automotive tech lovers. Let's set a challenge. Can we hit 1,000 likes and 100 comments in the first 24 hours? If this video helps even a little, show some love with a like, and don't be shy to comment your experience, thoughts, or even questions. Now let's get into it. Disclaimer. This video is purely for educational and informational purposes. It's designed to help vehicle technicians, hobbyists, and auto enthusiasts better understand diagnostic tools and programming methods. We follow fair use guidelines. No copyrighted materials are used for commercial gain. All brand names and product references belong to their respective owners. Always follow manufacturer instructions and your local regulations when working on vehicles. All right. Let's jump into the real meat of the matter. Xhorse CAS3 solderless adapter versus Yanhua's ACDP adapter. If you're in the diagnostic or key programming game, you already know how nerve-wracking working with CAS3 modules can be. One slip, and you're stuck with a bricked module. So which adapter gives you more peace of mind? Let's start with the Xhorse CAS3 adapter, model XDMP11. This little tool has a bit of a love-hate relationship with the community. On one hand, it gets the job done eventually, but it can take some serious finesse to make it work right. It's common to run into alignment issues. The adapter doesn't always sit just right on the board, and that can cause read failures. Many users report struggling with a frustrating chip crack failed error. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I mean. The trick? You have to meticulously clean all the solder points on the CAS3 board. And I don't just mean a quick wipe. You need to scrape off that clear protective coating. Yes, literally scrape it with a needle or pick, but very carefully. Then use a PCB-safe cleaner like Servizal. Leave it on for about 10 minutes and scrub with a semi-firm brush. Spray again and scrub once more. If you skip this step, chances are you're going to run into trouble. In short, the Xhorse adapter can work well, but it requires manual precision and a bit of elbow grease. It's not exactly plug-and-play. Now let's talk about the Yanhua Mini ACDP CAS3 adapter. This one is often the community favorite, and for good reason. Unlike Xhorse, the ACDP doesn't leave you guessing. It performs automatic pin contact checks before even attempting a read. That means if something's off, like a weak connection or bad contact, it tells you up front, instead of failing halfway through and risking a corrupt flash. Users love the reliability and intelligence built into this adapter. In fact, some say that unless your workspace or technique is completely off, you're unlikely to run into major problems. Yes, occasionally ACDP will prompt you to write data back to the module, but if you follow the on-screen instructions, you're usually in the clear. And here's the thing. In most cases, you won't even need to write back, which drastically reduces the risk of accidental bricking. Overall, the ACDP adapter is less manual, more guided, and in our opinion, the safer choice for reading CAS3 modules solder-free. But here's a golden rule that applies no matter which adapter you choose. Reading is usually safe. Writing back, that's where things go sideways. If you're going to use a solderless adapter, keep it to reading only. The safest method overall, still and probably always, will be soldering directly to the board. And if things go wrong, don't panic. Tools like Autel, VVDI Key Tool Plus, VVDI2, ACDP, and CGDI are all capable of repairing a corrupt flash. So you've got backup options, but trust me, prevention is better than repair. Let me toss it to you now. Have you used either of these adapters? Did one give you trouble? Or maybe you've got a secret workflow that makes reading CAS3 modules a breeze. I want to hear your opinion, so scroll down and leave a comment. Better yet, share this video with someone in your team or network who works with BMW modules. This info could save them hours of frustration. So, which adapter do I personally recommend? Honestly, Yanhua's ACDP wins for reliability and ease of use. But if you're detail-oriented and careful with prep, Xhorse Adapter still has value, especially if it's what you've already got in your toolbox. It all depends on your comfort level with manual prep and risk. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with my verdict? Or do you swear by another method or tool entirely? Let's talk about it in the comments. Remember that question from earlier? Is it safe to read a CAS3 module using a solderless adapter? The answer is yes, for reading only. Writing back is where most errors happen. Stick to reading, follow prep instructions carefully, and you'll likely be just fine. Thank you again for watching till the end. If you found this video useful, show some support with a like, drop your questions and experiences in the comments, and help us reach our goal of 1,000 likes and 100 comments. If you haven't yet, now's the perfect time to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our next deep dive tutorial. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and, as always, happy diagnosing.